My name's Doug Krebs, and I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce you to two of the most incredible founders that I have the pleasure of mentoring. By way of background, I've been a business operator for a long time, enjoying scaling businesses from small to large, including stints with Cerner and Ascend Learning here in Kansas City. 10 years ago, I was introduced to the Kauffman Foundation and Lisa Mitchell, and that started me on a parallel journey where I started mentoring early-stage entrepreneurs and their enterprises. And over the last 10 years, I've had the pleasure and opportunity to work with about 100 founders. So I've been able to observe and learn what some of the great characteristics of some of the very best. The two I'm going to introduce you today, I can guarantee you, are two of the finest and most talented entrepreneurs that I've had the pleasure of working with. Claudia and Carolina Ricci are sisters. They were born and raised in Rome, Italy, and they came to our shores as first-generation US students. And the travails that they experienced in our higher ed industry and system really helped fuel their passion and help shape the vision of the kind of company that they wanted to build. I've been actively mentoring both of them for the last 3 months, and I marvel at their energy level, their deep business acumen, their self-awareness, their decision-making, but in particular, their ice-cold precision in the way they get stuff done. They literally get done in a day or a couple days what I think it would take most entrepreneurs weeks to complete. They both have successfully scaled an ed tech product that's being used by about 10,000 users and 100 universities, but are now turning their attention to one of the biggest problems that industry faces. I look forward to continuing to support them. I'm very confident they're going to build a great company and have a huge impact on the industry they serve. Representing EdSights, CEO, Claudia Ricci.
We don't need no thought control, no dark sarcasm in the classroom.
Hello everyone, we're EdSights and we help college students stay in school because despite what the Pink Floyd say, you do need an education. A month and a half ago, 20 million students enrolled in college with high hopes of getting a degree. The sad truth is that of the students who just started, only about half will actually graduate. Student retention is a huge problem in the US. College dropouts earn 35% less than individuals with a degree, and they are 4 times more likely to default on their student loans. This means that they can't get mortgages, car loans, start businesses, basically they're screwed. Retention is not only a big problem for students, but it's also a massive problem for universities, and one that really keeps administrators up at night. Universities in the US lose $41 billion every year due to student attrition. We help universities retain their students. We use predictive analytics to identify students who are likely to drop out of college and connect them to on-campus resources to help them stay in school. Now, when we think of a college dropout, most of us picture a lazy student with bad grades. The reality is that this is not what the average dropout looks like at all. Erase this image from your mind. Now picture a low-income, first-generation student who has to work 40-hour weeks to put themselves through college and struggles to pay for bills. This is what the average dropout looks like. For the most part, dropouts are not bad students. In fact, over 40% of them actually have above a B average. These students want help. They just don't know where to find it. Now, don't worry if you're picturing a lazy student with bad grades when you're thinking of dropouts. That's what most people picture. And in fact, most retention initiatives have actually been built around this misconception. Most solutions out there look at grades and attendance to try and flag students at risk of leaving school. The problem is that only 25% of students drop out for academic reasons. And on top of that, grades are lagging indicators. This means that they need time to go by in order to identify trends, and by the time that a student is flagged, it might be too late. It's not surprising that retention has barely increased over the past 60 years. At EdSights, we understand that looking at academic performance alone is not enough. We have a way more holistic approach, and we look at the 4 key indicators that are proven to affect a student's decision to leave school. These are financial struggles, engagement level, individual circumstances, and also academic struggles. So let me show you how we do this. We survey students on an ongoing basis via text. We ask them questions around these 4 key areas, and based on what they respond, we push them relevant resources. Simultaneously, we also feed student responses into our predictive model to flag which students need attention and for what specific reasons. We display all this data to college administrators on our dashboard, where they can view both school-wide analytics and student-specific insights. We give administrators more accurate and actionable data as early as the first month of school. Unlike our competitors that take up to 10 months to implement their solution at a school, it only takes us a couple of hours to onboard EdSights. This makes our implementation seamless and our solution scalable. So how do we make money? We have an annual subscription model and sell to universities through B2B sales. Our main buyers are the VP of Enrollment and the Dean of Student Affairs. And why would these people buy from us? Well, increasing retention is way more than just a metric. Universities today face a lot of issues, but there's really 4 key things that administrators really care about. And those are increasing diversity, increasing their ranking, getting government funding, and then, of course, also increasing revenue. Increasing retention helps with all these issues. And to give you an example, a small 1% increase in retention at the average university results in $1 million in additional tuition revenue every year. That's a lot of money. Now, since we joined Techstars, we implemented EdSights at 2 universities. We've seen really high student engagement, with over 70% of students answering our questions. In less than a month, we received responses to over 48,000 questions, and we've already flagged and helped thousands of students. Thank you. Now, we're super excited to replicate this model at many other universities across the country. So our team has a diverse background in data science, analytics, and higher education. Together, we've already built and scaled an edtech company to hundreds of universities. We want to help all students cross the finish line. So how can you help? Well, if you know any college administrators, such as deans, presidents, or provosts, please email me at claudia@edsights.io. I would love to talk to you. Seriously, though, we are using technology to change lives. And one question asked at the right time can make the world of a difference. Thank you.
We don't need no thought control.